Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? My name is Mark Harmon, and this is the Comic on Demand show. We are now at episode 13, so if you are superstitious or even a little stitious, I don't know what to tell you. Other than, welcome aboard. Usually, you know what's weird? Like, tangent, but like, usually Friday the 13th is actually turns out to be like a good day for me a lot of the times. Like, good stuff usually happens to me on Friday the 13th. So I don't know what everybody's problem is. Anyway, this is, like I said, this is the Comic on Demand show. This is the show where I do a 4-panel comic. But as you can see, it is blank because I am going to let you, the viewer, tell me what to draw. So here's how this is going to work if you don't know already. A little ground rules first. I won't take any suggestions of like existing IPs like Superman or SpongeBob or whatever, or any brand names. And then I want to keep this thing as PG as possible too. So I won't take any suggestions of anything like super overly graphic or sexual or whatever. So we're just here trying to have a good time. And I think that's about, and I have to add a new one. I only had 2 rules, now I have 3 because of you people. No celebrities either. So, also it'll help me out if your suggestion is more than just a noun. Like, don't just say dog, but if you say dog playing tennis or dog at the doctor or whatever, like, if you just give a little more like thought into it, it actually helps me out and it's a lot easier to draw. So if you just give me 2 nouns like dog and skateboard, well then it's a lot harder. So I'm just trying to make it easier on myself. And as you can see, I'm wearing a sweater and a hat because it is actually kind of chilly in my studio right now. I have like this little floorboard heater. Well, it's not it's not little, like it's that big, but whatever. But yeah, it's just, it's fully cranked and it's still not very toasty in here. So it's a little chilly, but that's all right. We're going to heat things up, baby. Okay. So you're going to see a little screen pop up that says be right back. And when that screen pops up, I'm going to put the word, you're going to see Comic on Demand say go in the chat. The first 2 suggestions that come in after the go, those are the 2 suggestions that I'm going to use to draw this 4-panel comic. All right, so let's get those suggestions right now. All right, we have our first 2 suggestions. Our first suggestion is a yoga instructor in the middle of a natural disaster and turtle on the toilet. All right. So, a yoga instructor in the middle of a natural disaster and turtle on the toilet. Well, I mean, do you know where my brain went first? My brain went to the turtle on the toilet is the natural disaster. And because, you know what, sometimes being on the toilet is a natural disaster, especially when you get to be my age. All right, so let's change the suggestions here. Whoops. All right, I'm just gonna put yoga disaster and turtle on toilet. All right. So there's our suggestions. Yoga instructor in the middle of a natural disaster and turtle on the toilet. Okay. All right. Let's start with. All right. So, I usually start with an establishing shot or something in this first panel. So let's start with a yoga instructor in the warrior pose, I think it's called. I don't really know my yoga poses. Yeah, dang it, here we go. I gotta go to Google here for a second. Screen's gonna go blurry here because of copyright stuff. I don't want to get dinged. Yoga warrior pose. Yeah, that's what I thought. I had it a little backwards in my brain though. I didn't totally have it correct, but oh yeah, see the body that I already drew is sort of backwards here. I have the torso going the wrong way. This sort of underdrawing skeleton thing that I use comes from like a drawing book by a dude called Andrew Loomis, and it's a pretty old drawing book, and if I remember correctly, I think it's actually in the public domain now. So you could probably, I can't remember what it's called, but if you Google Andrew Loomis, Loomis, he has like a drawing instruction booklet, and he sort of shows this kind of skeleton to make in your underdrawings, and I use that when I'm drawing. Well, it's more like actually it's not like a full-blown thing, part for part. I've kind of what am I trying to say? I've taken his skeletal thing and I've kind of revised it a little bit. So I'm not using it like, I want to say word for word, but that's not the right phrase. Picture for picture. Whatever. You all know what I'm saying, right? Oh, so I wanted to ask, I'm just curious, how are you all watching this? Like, do you watch it on a TV, like on a smart TV? Are you watching it on your phone? I'm curious how people watch this. Because I know some people watch it like on their smart TVs and stuff. TV and phone. Wait, Amber, does that mean one of you's on the TV and one of you's on the phone? Do you arm wrestle to see who gets the phone? And oh, the phone is for the comments, TV is to make it big. Oh, I see. Oh, I didn't think about that. If you're watching on a TV, maybe you can't. The TV, a smart TV doesn't like show the like comments and stuff. I never thought about that. Okay, I'm gonna draw some debris falling here. I don't know exactly what the natural disaster is, but it's enough of a disaster to to have debris falling from the ceiling. All right, so she's going to be saying something like, just ignore the debris and breathe. Okay. Whoops, I probably need to draw her face. Okay, so we got the yoga instructor doing the warrior pose here, saying just ignore the debris and breathe. All right. All right. Now let's go to the turtle here. Again, let me just go to Google real quick and Google turtle. Yeah, let's do that one. Has anybody ever seen a turtle use the bathroom? Because, I'm just, the turtle's on the toilet here, and so it just got me thinking. Because, I've seen like dogs and like cows and stuff do stuff. But I don't think I've ever seen a video of what a turtle looks like. I'm not like, if I'm being honest with myself, I am a little bit curious. Not that I want to, but I want to. Does that make sense? Make that a little bit bigger. Just so you know, people, we're we're pushing the PG boundaries over here. Putting a turtle on the toilet. Just saying. Oh, whoa. Got some chats in here. Hold on. She won't want to breathe too deep if she is by the turtle. Oh, that's true. Is there a turtle pose? There is a turtle pose. Oh, in yoga, a turtle pose. Man, I didn't even think to see if there was such thing as a turtle pose. I imagine it's just like squatting down. Let's do, whoops. Need to do the shell here. Okay, and then this turtle's gonna be saying, like, hello, is anybody there? Again, I'm gonna have some debris falling here. I'm gonna do the little shaky lines, like, to make things look like they're vibrating. Oh, actually, you know what? I just changed my mind. He's gonna be saying, oh boy. Here comes lunch. I gotta make this turtle think that the natural disaster is him. Okay, panel 3 here. I just Googled turtle on toilet. There is a plush interactive toy. It's called Gotta Go Turtle. I've never heard of that, but I'm not surprised. Okay. All right, I need another yoga pose. You know what? Now that y'all said turtle pose, I think I need to do turtle pose. Just as a, what in the world? Okay, you know what? That is not what I thought turtle pose was going to look like. Okay. All right, let's do that. Okay, so I just got some reference for turtle pose, and yeah, that is not what I expected to see. You know what it looks like? It looks like these there were these Ninja Turtle toys that like they were kind of like Transformers, but they just transform into like a regular looking turtle. And the turtle pose looks just like the way that they transformed. Like the back legs like flip up to become the front legs, and the front legs go to the back. It was weird, but that's basically what this turtle pose looks like it's doing. Okay, I know for sure. Like, I'm not very flexible to begin with, but I know for sure that I would not be able to pull off the turtle pose. That is... Yeah, there's no way I could do that. Like, you all want to hear something sad? I can't stand and bend over and touch my toes. So, there's that. I can, like, make it to maybe my mid shins. So yeah, I am not flexible. I need to move this over for a second. I've heard jokes about people going to yoga classes and when they get in certain poses, let's just say lots of air releases from their body. And I already know that that would be me, for sure. I know it would be. Let's see. All right, now let's have the yoga instructor is going to be saying, now let's do turtle pose. have a big old chunk that just barely missed, just lying there. Okay. Let's see. Let's do. I'm not totally sure what I want to do yet, so I'm going to give myself some time to think. So let's do the mid suggestion. So for those who don't know, the mid suggestion is it's the middle of the show. And so this is where I will now take one suggestion from the crowd and I will put it in the background somewhere. Okay, so again, you're going to see that screen. I'm going to put go in the chat, and the first suggestion to come in, that will be the mid suggestion, and I'll put it in the background or something somewhere. Okay, so let's get that mid suggestion. All right, we have our mid suggestion of cornflakes. All righty, cornflakes. Let's do. You know what? I'm going to do a little bit of a cop-out with that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to change the word balloon. So this mid-suggestion, I'm going to make it words instead of actually drawing it. So it's saying, oh no, here comes the cornflakes. Ah. Okay. I'm going to Google something, but I'm not going to show you what I'm Googling. Yep, that's what I wanted. All right. That is exactly the exact pose that I wanted. Perfection. Okay. All right. Whoops. Let me go back to my thing here. All right. So this is going to be a little bit of a movie reference. If you've seen the movie, you'll probably get it. If you haven't seen the movie, well, obviously you won't get it. Sorry, I'm laughing because the reference picture that that I'm looking at is hilarious. Let's Oh, Karen got it. Karen's got the reference. Yeah, so if you do a Google search for Dumb and Dumber toilet, you will get the exact picture that I'm pulling from here. We got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off. I thought the Rocky Mountains would be a little rockier than this. Actually, I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I laughed so hard during that toilet scene, I about puked. Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. I think what's oh shoot, I'm blanking on the actor's name that plays this guy. Man, that toilet scene, he deserved an Oscar for that. That's all I'm saying. All right. And he's saying, time for human pose. Ha ha ha. That's the joke. The human pose is someone on a toilet. Because, I mean, if you think about it, it's a pretty, I was going to say that's a pretty human thing, but I have seen people teach their cats to use the toilet. So, I have seen cats on a toilet. So I guess it's not strictly for humans. Again, debris falling from the sky because natural disaster for some reason. And who knows what the natural disaster is. Earthquake, I guess. For a second I was like, wait. I was like, oh shoot, what's the mid suggestion? But I forgot that I did a cop out and made it words instead of drawing it. All right. So here's just the full shot of the pencils. We got the yoga instructor saying, just ignore the debris and breathe. And then the turtle saying, oh no, here comes the cornflakes. And then she says, now let's do turtle pose. And he says, time for human pose. Whoops. Speaking of earthquake. All right. Anyway, ignore that. Okay. Time to start inking. As always, I show what I ink with. I use a Pigma Micron 5 for the tiny stuff. And then for like any sort of bigger stuff, I use this Pentel brush pen. Okay, hold on. Let me get a picture of a. Let me get the toilet guy off my screen here. Okay, you couldn't see it, but I could. It was right off to the side of my. I got my streaming software in the middle here, and then I had my picture of Harry on the toilet, and it didn't need to be there anymore. Making sure I'm on camera here, because you'd be surprised how many times I forget. I just start drawing and then I don't realize that I'm not actually looking at the camera, that I'm not in the middle where people can actually see me drawing. Oh, you know what? I just had like a thought for a bonus item to put in the background here. Even though it wasn't a suggestion or anything. But it would be funny to do it. Since it was something that's it was in the news. Like the other day. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to put it right back here. I'm going to put a Stanley Cup. Because it's funny. Alright, there you go. Stanley Cup for all you Stanley Cup fans. Maybe I can once I upload this video, I can put hashtag Stanley Cup, and then maybe I'll get more views. See, that's what I have to do. I need to just, whatever's big and popular at the time, I just need to hashtag that thing. And even though my video has nothing to do with Stanley Cups, because that's what everybody else does, right? You go to Instagram and people just hashtag stuff that has nothing to do with what their thing is, but they just do it so anybody that Googles or not Googles, anybody that does a search for that, then they just want their video to pop up in people's feeds. Even though it's kind of technically dishonest though, right? Or something. Is that one of those ethical gray areas? It's not illegal or anything, but it's kind of being a ding dong, you know? Meta tagging your videos that have nothing to do with what you just tagged it. Okay. I'm trying to think of something to say, but my brain is just going blank tonight. That's alright. You guys are probably like, whatever, dude. We're watching to watch you draw, not to listen to you talk. Although I was, like, when I first got the idea for this show thing to do, like, I tried to find to see if there was anything else that was kind of like this, but not like, I don't mean even like drawing, but just like a live YouTube show that like where the person like interacted with the chat and then sort of like did stuff that the chat said in real time or something. And I couldn't really find one. I'll be honest, I didn't look super hard. Because I wanted to see if the type of thing I was doing, if it already kind of existed, you know? Just to make sure I wasn't like copying anybody. Amber says she likes to listen to me talk. And Karen says it's time for family secrets revealed. Time for lame Harmon family secrets. And then somebody asked, has anyone had turtle soup? And I have not had turtle soup. Last week we were talking about weird stuff that people have eaten. But I don't think anybody mentioned turtle or turtle soup. Although I think Shredder from the Ninja Turtles, I think that was his favorite food or something, because he was always threatening to turn the Ninja Turtles into turtle soup. But I'm like, that's a really specific thing to tell your enemy, you know? He's always like, I'm gonna turn you into turtle soup. I'm just like, wow, this dude really likes turtle soup. Because he wasn't just like, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna wipe you out, I'm gonna destroy you, blah, blah, blah. He was like, no, he specifically said, I'm gonna turn you into turtle soup. That's just weird, you know? So, the Shredder must really like turtle soup. I read a book where a mountain man made turtle soup and he ate it and he liked it and wasn't and I can't see what that word is. And went on about his business. Oh. All right then. Sorry, like in my chat, there's like the circle with a heart thing that I guess, I don't know what happens if I push it. Oh, when I go over to it, it then gives me a list of emoji things that I can use. So it's like, anyway, this dumb little emoji selector thing like covers up part of the words. So I couldn't see the word went because that dumb thing was covering it up. We have to move the screen up and down so we can see that stuff too. Oh. Well, that's good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Isn't that what like UI designers are supposed to do, is like prevent that kind of stuff? For those that don't know, UI stands for user interface. So a UI designer would be the person that designs where buttons are and what they look like, where they are on the screen. So you'd think they'd do a little test, and be like, oh, hey, look, this thing's in the way. Maybe we should fix that. I can't think of any family secrets. I think I've divulged them all. That's it. That's all the family secrets. Question: does the turtle have a turtle head? does the turtle have a turtle head poking out? Yeah, yes. The turtle is peeking. Or, well, the turtle's peeking here, and it's no longer peeking there. You know what I'm saying? Joining late, probably for the best. Oh, see, dude, you missed the best part, where I was gathering reference for this pose that probably looks familiar. You should know what this pose is, where I'm getting this from. Okay, like cutting your heart out with a spoon because it's dull you twit, it'll hurt more. What? Am I? What's that in reference? Well, I mean, like, I know what that's from, but what's that in reference to? Am I missing something? See, the problem with this stream sometimes is, I was actually talking to my brother Wayne about it, is there's like a crazy delay. Like when I say something, you all don't hear it for like 30 to 40 seconds. But the chat, like when you type stuff in the chat, it's instantaneous. So like when I put up the little screen that says go, or that says be right back, and then I put go in the chat, like I click on the screen and then I sit there for like 30 seconds and then I put go in the chat because of the delay. So on your end, it looks like the screen pops up and my go in the chat pops up at the same time. But for me on my end, I click the screen and then I pick my nose and then I hit go. And then your responses, after I hit go, your responses come in really fast. And then I go back to my screen. But then you don't see that for like 30 seconds. So like to you guys, that be back screen is going for like a minute or something. So it's a little weird. So there's this weird like timing back and forth thing. So it's like, so yeah, so like if I'm talking and you say something in the chat about what I was talking about, I pretty much like forgot what I was saying. And so then I'm like, look at the chat and I'm like, what? What's that about? So anyway. So if it looks like I'm dumb, I'm not actually dumb. I'm just, my internet's just bad. And there's a long delay. Okay, you know what? I think that's it. Okay, whoa, what the heck just happened? All right, there we go. Okay, well, there is your 4-panel comic, people, of Yoga Instructor During a Disaster and Turtle on the Toilet. So anyway, again, I will eventually put these for sale somewhere. I've said that for like the past 20 episodes now. But anyway, everybody, thanks for showing up. Thanks for coming. You guys, you're the one that makes this fun and enjoyable for me. If without you, I have nothing to draw. So anyway, thanks for coming. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for watching me draw and talk about poop and toilets and farts and stuff. But yeah, I will have the original drawings put up somewhere eventually. See, my problem is I go to do these things and then all of a sudden I get like swamped with like freelance work. And so then then my time gets all taken away by the freelance work. And then I forget that I have these other things to do. I need like an intern or something. I need somebody to just do this dumb stuff for me. But anyway, thanks for coming. You guys are awesome. See you next week.